drum head, it's the hardest discussion I can have. It's not easy, but I will tell you this, it's all about preference. Whatever sound you like, it's really what you're going for. My suggestion is listen to drummers you like, try to figure out what their sounds are. Sometimes they'll post videos about tuning about their drums. So if you're really into that, do some research. Ask your parents first, but do some research. Suggestions on tuning or patterns of tuning. I have a massive drum key. I use this for like drum line, but put it on a new head. This is obviously an old one, but put it on a new head. It's a little tricky. You gotta be careful with it. Taking these heads off, obviously you can go around about and undo everything. Take your time. Don't just do one. Keep it equal, because sometimes you might want to save this head for maybe another occasion. Once you have that off, clean the inside, right? Take a paper towel or a napkin or something and just kind of wipe it off. Clean it out. It kind of gets a little junky in there. It's nice to clean. Another thing you can do is once you're done these lugs right here, these little compartments here, take some little grease or chapstick or something to put it onto the screw, so when you put back the lugs, just kind of seep right in and it won't like strip or anything like that. Putting the drum head on, obviously you want to figure out where you want to put your logo if you have a logo, wherever you place it. Sometimes I like to keep the Remo part, or if I'm using Remo, all depends. Like I said, there's plain drum heads, take a look, but Remo or Evans, whatever you like to do. I like to kind of keep it out of my way of the playing spots. I don't know, it's just kind of a thing. You can actually take a nail polisher. If you don't like this stuff, you can take a nail polisher, kind of put a little bit on it, and it comes right off. Pretty cool. Put in the head. I like to do a finger tighten first, so the most important thing. Put that drum head on, make sure it looks good. Put the lugs on. Put some applications on there, and then finger tighten all the way around until it feels good. I like to kind of do the angles, so across from each other, right? Kind of alternate, right? And once they're finger tightened, there's some cool devices out there, so be careful though. This is a bigger one, so if I do all the way, it's going to crank really strongly. You can do the small one. There's a thing called a dial. Yeah, there's a drum dial. I have one. It's a pressure. You put it on the drum head and it shows you the pressure points. Pretty cool. But when you're doing these, once your finger tighten everything, don't just like crank all the way through. Take your time, okay? So just do like a little turn and then star pattern. Where you were, just kind of mark it. You put your finger there, or you put tape there or something to mark where you were. Sometimes if I have a second drum key, I kind of leave it there. And then we go down, across from each other. It's just kind of equal equal. Just keep it equal. And what are you doing from here to here? Tighten this, same way, same amount. Okay, if it's a quarter turn, do a quarter turn. And then go from the next one, and go across. And all of a sudden you're doing what we call a star pattern. And it'll get you back to square one again. Well, I missed one, but obviously it'll get you back to where you started, okay? So that's a star pattern. And then maybe do another turn if you like, but I just kind of test the water with the drum head itself. And then if you don't like it, maybe a little bit tighter, then just go about, do it again, quarter turn. Don't start cranking it. Just be patient with your drum. Whatever the drum you like, whatever sound you're trying to get at, that's what you want to do. Be patient with it. Okay. The bottom head is always the tricky one. Like I said, preference. I like to kind of tighten the bottom head a little bit higher than the top head. Obviously, we kind of rephrase that. This is the batter head. Obviously, battering. The bottom head is called the snare head. You guys didn't know that? Because this is where the snares, that's where the snares live. So obviously it's called the snare head. So I like to kind of keep this one tighter than the batter head. just my preference. But if you don't like it, like mess with it. My snares, I don't like to keep too tight. I kind of like that little sound to it. So, but I can change it if I like, depending on the style I want to play. If I like a little jazz, I have a nice little sound. But if I want more like that kind of hip hop or rock, kind of tighten it so it's like nice and crispier. Okay, so doing these things, just you got to be patient with your drum. You can kind of see some of the residue on here. This is tape. You can get moon gels to dampen. Basically, I use tape to dampen that ringing. If you don't like the ringing, you put tape on there, or I prefer moon gels. Put a moon gel. It's like a blue sticky. Sometimes I think it comes with different colors. You put it on there, and it kind of dampens the whole drum. It's really cool. Another trick: take your wallet or a credit card. If you got a credit card. If you don't have a credit card, Jamba Juice, still a thing? Yeah. You can take those little cards and put it on there. So if you're like in a tight squeeze, you don't have anything, you have something in your wallet, just put it on the snare. Obviously, you want to keep it closer to you and not in the middle of the drum, flying, just going crazy. So that's what I like to do, just in case. Or take like a towel or something. But where I keep this latch here, when I'm playing, I like to keep it right in front of me, right in front of my belly button. Reason why it's an easier reach for me. So when I'm standing or sitting down, it's just a nice reach. But sometimes, occasionally I'll keep it to the side, especially on drum sets. Sometimes I'll keep it to the side, so it's just an easier reach for me if I want to turn it off quickly and turn it back on. But if I'm doing standing percussion, I like to keep it in front of me so I can just easily reach right in front. If I try to keep it off to the side, a lot more noise happens, and sometimes I've done this, pretty sure some of you guys have done this too, where you try to reach over and you knock the drum. Yeah, it happens. So be careful on that, okay? But overall, whatever you like, whatever sound you like, and same thing with the toms. The bottom head, sometimes I like to kind of crank it a little bit higher than the top head. Sometimes I want to try to equal it out, but it's all a preference. You just gotta experiment, whatever sounds good.